Hey guys, it is time. It is time for Molly's 4-month update. I cannot believe that 4 months ago, at this time, I was in labor, wondering when in the world I was going to deliver. so, anyway, I have a huge list of stuff, and I am actually going to insert video clips in this video and probably future videos of her doing the things on this list because I got them. So let's get right to it. I'm just gonna kind of jump around. First of all, development-wise, she is starting to grab for stuff. Not like, oh, what's that? And like grab for it, but she is starting to, on her own time, like reach and grab for stuff. She loves her playmat, and there's like toys that I've attached to it. And she grabs at the toys and she grabs at the side of her playmat and like scratches her nails on it and stuff. And it's like so awesome. I just love it. And she also loves to grab like her clothes, of course, and put them in her mouth. And she loves to grab her ears. Like she found her ears a few weeks ago and she just like grabs them like this. And I know it's a sign of an ear infection, but she hasn't shown any signs, like other signs to me, and her ears aren't like really red or anything that would lead me to believe it's an ear infection. So I think she's just found her ears and she just loves to grab them. And so that's been really fun to watch. I also heard it's a sign of teething, and she definitely grabs at her face and grabs at her ears, so she could be starting to teeth also. Um, if the toys are loose, she is starting to kind of like grab toys and put them in her mouth. I'm going to insert a video clip in just a second of her picking up a shoe and putting it to her mouth. Get the shoe. Get the shoe. Oh my gosh. You're doing so much. Here. You want the shoe? Oh my gosh, that's like the first time she's ever like grabbed for something that I didn't put in her hand. Oh, you cranky. I love your skinny jeans. Okay, next, she smiles all the time. She is such a smiley baby. She smiles at everybody that interacts with her. Like, I go to church and she just is, smiles. Like, a bunch of visitors have come and I've ended up hanging out with them through various reasons, and they talk to her, she smiles back, like, oh, thank you for the smiles. And she just is such a smiley baby. She just loves to smile at everybody. I'm really hoping that she will be one of those kids that just everybody gravitates towards and everybody loves just because she's so smiley and so cheery and so happy. That doesn't mean she's not always like that, because oh my gosh, she definitely cries plenty. Oh my goodness. She has gone through at least 2 growth spurts in this month. She's back to eating about twice a night. She wakes up at about 4 every night to eat. And I thought daylight savings time would bring that back to like 5:45 again, but it really hasn't. She just is like back at like 4-ish. She'll get up to eat, which some days I'm just like, this is the wrong time in my sleep cycle to wake me up. But we just, I just survive. I do it anyway. Sometimes I try to put it off with a pacifier, but now when she wakes up, she doesn't just stir, she actually like cries and is really loud about it. So we do, I feed her pretty much right when she cries. Last night, I think I fed her, I know it was like at 4, and then she woke up again at like 7. I slept in till almost 11 today because it's my day off and I was really tired apparently. And they're still sleeping. She's sleeping with Ben right now in the bedroom. So she did get up to eat a couple times last night, and that's pretty much how every night goes. And on the days I get up and leave early, I do still dream feed her, so I, like when she's asleep, I just pick her up, and that kind of wakes her up a little bit enough to eat, and she'll eat from both sides. And then I'll set her back down, and then she's good till I get home at 10. And then the 2 days that I work 5 hours, she does need a bottle. On Monday, it was a stretch. She got away, on Saturday, it was a stretch, and she got away with not having a bottle because she, like, fell asleep, like, right before Ben was going to feed her. So she did go, a couple hours without eating, but she was pretty cranky when I came home. And he realized I was about to come home, so he didn't make the bottle and just put the milk back in the freezer, and then I came home and fed her, and she was fine. So she can, it's a stretch, but she can do it. Mondays, no way, she has to have a bottle because I'm gone for a lot longer than 5 hours because that's my shopping day. Yesterday was Monday, and he took her to his parents' house, actually, so I went over there and he brought milk. And then I came home from work. I dropped off my brother-in-law, so I was at their house anyway, so I came home, fed her, or came to their house, fed her, and then, I went shopping and came home. So she was actually gone all day yesterday. Let's see, she is in 3-month and 3 to 6-month clothing. She's completely out of 0 to 3 clothes. I weighed her the other day and she weighs 13 pounds according to my scale. I'm just like, oh my gosh, and I can feel it. She's definitely getting heavier. And my back is getting better, so I'm able to finally pick her up and walk her around. Yay! So the extra weight, it's not as bad for my back, I guess. And she is finally in size 2 diapers. And I actually switched brands. Our grocery store that we shop at has their own cheapy brand, and I was really nervous that it would suck, because Love's are the thinnest and to me kind of I don't know, but the Loves we have are bigger, so maybe once she'll fit them, they'll be a lot better. But this brand is cheaper than Love's, so I was just I don't know. And so I just decided to buy a pack last week and see if they fit. And they do. They fit her really well. And I really like them. And so I have a pack right here. They're called Cuddle Ups. And I don't know what places sell them, but Wenco sells them. And this is what they look like. I really like them because they have elastic on the middle back. And so they help, when she blasts her panties, they help keep it in. And the legs are really nice, and she doesn't leak through them that often. I mean, she does, but not hugely often. She did yesterday, but that was a lot of poop. She didn't poop for a day, and so she totally blasted her panties yesterday. So this is what we use. They look like this. I'm not sure what the other sizes look like. This is what size 2 looks like. And they're still a little loose, so I have to wrap them really tight around her and overlap the tabs, but she'll grow into them really quickly, I'm sure. When she cries like a big girl instead of a baby. Most of the time, how babies just go wah, the older kids go she's crying like that more. And she'll run out of breath, and it's just oh my gosh, what's wrong? It's kind of funny. She just cries like that when she's fussy. The other night, though, she, cried like that, and then she started screaming. She's never screamed before. She was, really in some serious, pain. We couldn't figure out what was wrong. We're pretty sure that she was teething. She was kind of doing some teething symptoms. So, I think our initiation to teething has begun. So, hopefully it's not like that every day. It wasn't like that at all yesterday. She was really smiley, all day yesterday, and even went to bed happy, so that was good. She's rolling over more now. She's not rolling over all the time. Of course, it's when I'm not looking. It's when I put her down on her tummy and I'm not paying attention. All of a sudden, boom, last night I put her down on her tummy and boom, I was oh, I missed it. So she can roll from her tummy to her back pretty consistently. Although whenever I'm watching her, she won't do it. And she can almost get around from her back to her belly, but her arm gets stuck. She has to become more aware of her arms first and just figure out where to put that arm before she can roll over. Although, she'll roll over her legs first. I'll put my hands on her butt to keep her steady, and then she'll be able to roll over all the way. So that helps, I guess. So maybe I'll just do that a few times until she understands what to do with these arms. They're in the way. So that's been really fun. She props up on her elbows, like this, and she loves now, she's really squirmy now. She doesn't like to sit still very often. She loves to arch her back and launch herself away, just whoa. So it's whoa, hey now. So she loves to do that. We haven't dropped her or anything like that, but I mean, it's just whoa, where are you going? On her mat, on her play mat, she has one where the sides are up like a taco, so she can't just go wherever. But she does love to like look at the stuff on the sides. But when she's in there and then when she's like just on the floor on her back, she will like move herself in a circle and just like keep doing that. Like I'll look back and she'll be sideways, and then I'll look back again and she'll be the other way around, and she'll just like go in circles like that. So she's able to do that. She really wants to move. She really wants to crawl. I put her in tummy time the other day, and she just like tried to launch herself forward. It didn't work, but she wants to crawl so bad. She wants to move around, and I'm just like, okay, now my back's better. I don't care so much. Um, she does not like to be set down. If we set her down, she will cry. Like she just loves being held. I mean, she'll you can like put her in stuff and she'll be fine. But like all the time, if she doesn't want to stop being held, you set her down, she will cry, and it's just like, uh. But if it's like her bouncy chair and her swing, like if it's moving, she'll be okay. So there's that. She laughs. She doesn't laugh like all the time, but she does laugh. She hasn't really laughed much since that video I took of her a month ago, but she is laughing. Like she kind of giggles. It's like silent laugh. She laughs the most when I go like that makes her laugh so much. And when I tickle her knees, I found that makes her laugh like like a silent laugh. Um, she is starting to like reach for me. If she's being held by somebody else and wants to be held by me, she'll actually kind of like turn and like reach for me. So that's really fun. I'm like, oh, I feel so important. She wants me. Um, her tears are starting to come in. Like this is around the time that they like actually start to cry tears, and she definitely sometimes will cry tears. That's so sad. Okay, like earlier this month, I was cutting her nails, and like that day, I had just said, "Oh man, I like haven't cut her like herself yet." When I cut her nails, and I know it's coming, and then I went home and I accidentally cut her right middle finger tip, and she cried really loud because it was really painful and it bled a lot, but she stopped crying pretty much right away. I calmed her down and she stopped crying pretty much after like 3 minutes. I totally forgot about it, even though her finger was still bleeding. So I felt really, really bad. But she was crying tears, and I was just like, stabbed to the heart. So what did I do? I calmly kept going. I finished cutting her nail. I did not want to be afraid to cut her nails because then that would really limit the time that her nails would get cut. So I just took a deep breath and just kept going. I didn't cut her again. So I felt really bad, but she's a baby. She healed in like 15 minutes. So she's not going to be scarred for life. Um, she only sleeps with us nearby or like in her swing. She'll sleep in her sleep, but of course we're like nearby. But like when she's asleep, like taking a nap, she'll like sleep on like my lap or something, or like next to me. And at night, of course, she still sleeps with us because of my back. And I don't know when I'm gonna start putting her in her pack and play again because my back isn't completely healed, but it's a lot better. So, but yeah, she pretty much doesn't like to be asleep when we're not around. If she wakes up or stirs when we're not around, she will wake up and cry. So we like can't really like set her down in too many places and get stuff done yet, which is fine with me. We'll get there. Um, she takes about 4 naps during the day. She wakes up. She should be waking up fairly soon, and then she'll get up at like 10:30 or 11:30 or something like that, and then she will be up for a couple hours. She usually falls asleep at around 1ish for maybe like an hour or two, not that long, maybe like an hour, and then she'll take another couple of naps. Like every like 3 or so hours, she'll take a little nap throughout the day, and then she'll go to bed at like we try to get her to bed about like 11:30ish at night, and like I said, Ben's a night owl, so he goes to bed late and gets up late, so she follows his sleeping cycle, because mine is I get up really early and go to bed at like 11ish, sometimes even earlier, sometimes as early as like 9 because I get so tired. Um, but it's hard to put her to bed because she has to have us with her, so usually I just go to bed with her at like 10 or 11. And she is able to fall asleep like on her own if I'm next to her. Like if she's tired enough and I set her down, she's still awake, she will fall asleep. So that's good. That's a step in getting her to sleep in her pack and play next to me. Um, if I laugh at her, like when she's nursing, she'll like do this shy little smile, and sometimes she'll do this like shy smile, like turn her head away. It's really cute. Um, She's got cradle cap, which I think is just baby dandruff. She's got baby dandruff, like her scalp is all flaky. It's not like nasty or anything, and I have the same thing, and so does Ben. So it's just where we live. We live in Idaho. It's really dry here, so it'll work itself out, I'm sure. And also, she's got a big, big bald spot on her head, and I will talk about the bald spot and her hair color in this video clip. Tummy time. Look at that big old bald spot. She's got a bald strip. When she turns her head the other way, I'll show you. And then she's got her big bald spot right there. I kiss it for good luck. Her hair, I can't tell if it's getting lighter or not. It was this dark brown when she was born. And she rubbed it off because she just loves to turn her head around. I think I might see some little goldy hairs coming in. She might be blonde. I'm not sure. So, one thing that she started doing this month, like I don't remember when, but she has started to rub her eyes when she's tired. I mentioned this in another video, but she rubs her eyes when she's tired, and I have a little clip of her doing that, and she is crying. Like, she doesn't have to be crying when she does it, but here is that clip.
Oh, you're so tired. Oh.
So, and I'm so excited because, like, on Sunday, so what was that, like the 30th, I think it was, she finally got her thumb in her mouth and sucked her thumb, and she's done it a few times since. I am so excited. I wanted her to be a thumb sucker because then I don't have to do pacifiers. I was a thumb sucker. I stopped when I was, like, before I was 3, so I'm hoping she will also. Like, it'll be harder to wean, but hopefully she doesn't suck her thumb, like, too much past, like, 2 years old. But she finally got her thumb in her mouth, and I have a picture. Let's see. Oh, and another thing that she started doing, really recently, like maybe a week ago, she learned how to blow raspberries, and I am so excited for that because the thing I am most excited for her to do is talk. And blowing raspberries is one of the first steps to language development. So I am so excited. And I do have a video clip of that with Ben playing Kirby in the background.
You got such big eyes. Precious.
Okay, so I think that is everything that I've written down for her.